Of course, there is much more to talk about when it comes to quality of life in San Diego. Here with more on what can be done to improve our community is Equinox Center's Ann Tarte. And thank you so much for joining us. First of all, why is this in-depth quality of life report done? I think this is the fourth time in a row, right? Every year. Why is that so important to do?
At Equinox Center, we believe that what gets measured gets managed better. And so we think it's important for the region to get the facts and have the data every year to see how we're doing and how our region compares to other regions and how the cities within the region compare to each other.
How did you measure this? How did you get the information?
We spend months actually doing research from academic sources, from government sources, over 50 credible sources, and we gather that information and then we make sure that it's really credible, and we do research to identify interesting bright spots in the region and things that are already working so that we can show people that it's doable and we can just have more of that.
Well, this report is actually online and it's very visually interactive and user friendly. It basically, there's idea bubbles that will clearly offer ideas on what needs to be done. Tell us about this one bubble I saw that talks about street light retrofitting as it relates to more jobs. That's
a great initiative that Clean Tech San Diego and SDG&E, I believe, and about 13 municipalities in the region have been working on over the past few years to replace inefficient streetlights in those communities with more efficient LED lighting. And it's saving taxpayers money because they're using less energy in the cities, but it's also creating jobs and revenue for electrical contractors who are helping with the project. So it's kind of a win-win for both the environment and the economy.
There was another bubble idea that stood out in my mind, and it was called Look Near First. What is that about?
This is a program that was initiated by Connect, another nonprofit organization in the region, and they are focusing on how to get local businesses here in the region outsourcing to other local businesses. So instead of going, abroad or to another state to find vendors, looking around here first to see what other businesses are available that might be able to be suppliers or vendors for their work.
Well, Mayor Bob Fieldner told me, and actually the city in his city state address as well, that he's not going to renew city contracts to outside businesses, out of the area businesses, until he sees if they can actually find a company here that can do the same job. Are you working with the city, or will you be working with the city on trying to implement some of these ideas?
We definitely plan to help advance those policies in the region. As I said, it's kind of a no-regret strategy. It's a win-win, and individual consumers can help as well by also looking for locally made products and seeing what they can do to support the local economy.
You actually gave an example of the waste, Del Mar, and the waste management of food, I believe. Tell me about that.
Well, Del Mar, the city of Del Mar in the past year has implemented new recycling programs to help get their per capita waste production down. Unfortunately, we've seen them be the second worst in the county for a few years in a row, so they're really taking this data seriously and have done something about it.
Yeah, they saw your data and then made these changes.
That's
right. Okay. The report also notes that last November, San Diego designated more than 6,000 acres of city-owned canyons as protected protection. How would that impact, let's say, the quality of life in San Diego?
It impacts quality of life in a number of different ways. First of all, it makes those canyons safer for people to go and to use. They'll be cleaned up likely, and people will be able to go and hike and run in them. So in these urban areas, there's much more open space. People will get more physical exercise. It also just helps our natural ecosystem as well. It helps the water be cleaner when those canyons are cleaned up and protected. So we'll have less polluted runoff. So there's a number of ways that it helps quality of life.
And what else haven't we covered that you want to mention about this report?
Well, I think it's worth mentioning that air quality in the region has improved significantly, and that's just positive for all of us. There's really good action on climate change, but there's also some concerns on things like water consumption, water quality, and transportation issues. Those are persistent challenges that we need to address in the region.
All right, so Equinox Center Ann Tarte, thanks so much for joining us. Now you can access San Diego's Quality of Life report on our website at kpbs.org.